morning, guys, from Cape Cod, and we're back. I've got to go get the mast back up where it belongs again. I had another fierce windstorm down here, and that's down. Massive tree limb went down along the back of the house, and it's right in the way of getting to the boat. And one side of the tarp is caved in and got water in it. So first things first, we're going to get the water out. And I want to get the, we got 2 days of really pretty weather coming up here. And I'm going to go ahead and get the water out of the tarp, get the tarp off. And later on, after my dad gets up, I'll get the chainsaw out and get that big old tree limb cut up and out of the way. So, all right, well, let's go get some water out of the boat. Well, good morning and welcome back. Let me get this turned around. Back aboard, little girl, finally. Anyway, just kind of get you brought up to speed here. Ryan and I are going to be headed up to West Marine this morning. And the main reason I'm down here, hang on, let me turn around and grab this. This is all the fiberglass stuff I have been collecting to go toward this project. And I got 2 things of fiberglass cloth here. Look, this is all going to get evaluated this morning when Ryan gets here. No, wait a minute, 2. I got 4 of them. Whoa! Oh no, wait a minute, no. I got 3 of those. This is chop strand mat. That's why I thought I had 4. You see, but I got 3 sheets of fiberglass cloth, some chop strand mat, and this massive roll of 4-inch, maybe it's 5-inch, fiberglass cloth that you usually use on seams and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what that on that project, that part of it, and then I have some other just pieces of fiberglass cloth from other projects that I've done. And I think that's it. Anyway, so that's a start. I'll drag all this stuff out and show it to Ryan before we go up to West Marine. We got to try to evaluate how much stuff we're going to need when we do that foredeck up there. I'm also going to take a measurement across the foredeck and length to measurement, port starboard and bow to the front of the cabin, and get some sort of decent square footage measurement on that. And then I'm going to also go measure up the piece of, I think it's basically a 4x4 is all I've got left, 4 feet by 4 feet of marine plywood out there, 1/2-inch marine plywood, which is exactly what we need. So anyway, that's what we got going. I'm supposed to give Ryan a call about 10 o'clock, and he's going to be over here theoretically around 10:30, and we're going to go make a little fun trip up to West Marine. So right now I'm looking at my clock, and I've got to reset my clock because was it daylight savings time, whatever it is, just kicked in, and it's now not 8:45, it's 9:45. So got to change that, and then I'm going to go do a little measuring around the boat and on that plywood out in the shed. All right, be right back. So about 20 minutes ago, my wife came out here and saw me standing here over my mast, my hands on the front edge of the mast, looking down, just looking and thinking and looking and thinking. She says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm meditating." Well, actually, not meditating so much as commiserating. Because what I was doing is remembering, I've had this in mind since Vermont, by the way. This is not, I'm here for a reason because of that. I have really bad memories of the day that I was supposed to set sail on my solo, getting out to the boat and finding that one of the shackles to my, the shackle to my main halyard had let go and gone flying to the top of the mast and was inaccessible. And it happened to be a little rolly that day. I wasn't about to go climbing the mast for that. And so I got the jib halyard and tossed the shackle up and over. Here, let's see. up and over the spreaders right there, and managed, finally, it took some doing, finally managed to pull it down on the mainsail side, and went ahead and used the jib halyard for the mainsail. Well, as you can probably figure out, that it was just not a very efficient way to be running the mainsail, because because of the way it's wrapped around the mast, it's not going to pull that sail all the way to the top. So anyway, long and the short of it, it's been bugging me ever since. And so let me turn this around and show you what I have in mind. And I'll show you, by the way, the reason that happened. So let me just turn this around. Okay, so let me see if I can get this lined up here. Okay, right there. See that little hook right there? There's one on each side. And by the way, it's nicely placed. There's no problem with that. And this one over here, it's a newer one. You can tell it was done at a later time. It's right there. Hang on, am I getting it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, one on each side. Okay, so you can just take your shackle and just loop it underneath there, because you have a U shape, a very narrow U shape with a bar that goes, a threaded bar that goes across it, holds that through the top of the sail. Well, what I had done, because I thought that's exactly what it was for. Where am I again? Okay, so I just run that bar right there. Well, needless to say, it was very, very windy. The line got a little bit slack. It let go, and once it lets go, guess where that shackle's going? Right to the top of the mast. And I said, oh, that's not going to happen again. So what my idea is to completely replace these with just a ring that goes in on each side, that you just slide that bar through the ring. It's a vertical ring like that, up and down like this. And you just slide the bar through, spin it shut for just a minute. You're there. It's not going to go anywhere. And so, but in the meantime, I don't know if I'll take these off. This one is in with only one screw. The other one's in with 2 screws. But the point is, I will never, ever, ever use these things again for securing my shackles to the side of the mast. It's just, see you later, there goes your shackles. They disappear into Never Never Land up above. So anyway, that's my idea. And so at some point I'm going to take a run up to, well, I'm going to be going up to West Marine a little bit later anyway. I got in touch with Ryan. He's got an appointment this morning. And so we're going to try to get together about 11:30 and go up and do a trip up there for some fiberglass supplies for doing the foredeck. So, all right, there you go. Guess what? I was sitting at lunch thinking about it, and it suddenly dawned on me, what about using these things? These are horizontal. They're not as convenient as a vertical ring. But you know what? I went and got my shackles. This goes to my jib halyard. This goes to my main halyard. And I got to thinking about, I bet those will go right through that, horizontally. Okay, so here it is mounted horizontally. Let me see if I can do this. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do this very efficiently. Just flip that thing around. Give me a second here. Okay, there we go. So I undid it, and this obviously is going to come out with it. That is just no sweat at all. Okay, that one works great. And by the way, again, that's my jib halyard. It probably doesn't make any difference, but this has got a deeper throat on it, and I think it goes better on my for main halyard, because I've got more of a up at the card. It has to have a longer reach. So anyway, but here we go, and I'm going to show you something here. Even though this is not as convenient, I'm going to flip that around. Let's see, flip it around like that. Okay, and just you got to angle it through. Hang on, you got to see what I'm doing here. There we go, and it's out, and getting it back in. Let's do it on this side. It's a whole lot easier. Okay, so getting it back in. You just angle it through, and this is in and out, ain't no problem. From now on, I'm not going to put rings on. There's no need to. This will work great. And just slip it through, put that across, and it's secured. And that way, your shackle doesn't go flying to the top of the mast, and we're good to go. They're already on the mast. I don't want to go punching any more holes in it if I don't have to. So that works like a charm. Problem solved. I love it. So I'll never use those marvelous little clips again, or whatever, little hooks again. Those are just a recipe for disaster. So anyway, this is already on here, and I need to clean some bird poop off right there. But anyway, we're good to go. These are already mounted to the side of the mast, and they'll work perfect. Well, guys, change of plans. Ryan and I were going to meet tomorrow morning, but as it turns out, he's got some time this afternoon, and so I'm on my way to West Marine. He's already on the way to West Marine himself, and so we're going to meet together and buy all the materials, I guess, for the foredeck of Little Girl. And I just sent him a checklist of all the stuff I have on hand, so we kind of can go from there. So, all right, well, wish us well, and we're looking forward to this. Finally get some closure on materials here so we know where we're headed. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Hey, guys, just got back from Seafood Sam's. Had a wonderful time out with my mom and dad, and got a chance to take some pictures of the sunset, and it was just awesome. Anyway, I lost my wallet earlier today, and I was totally freaking out. But you know what? I should always trust Little Girl. I got back to the boat tonight. I came down here. I sat down. I looked under the seat where I'm sitting right now. It was under the seat. So all I can figure is it must have fallen out of my back pocket or something. And so, hey, I've got it. That's all that matters. Meanwhile, tomorrow, I'll go over all of the stuff that Ryan and I bought today to be working on the foredeck. And tomorrow, if plans go well, and I expect they will, I'm going to get this the tarp off the foredeck and make one cut right up the center, and try to start getting the starboard side of the foredeck up. It ain't going to be easy, but I'm going to give that a shot. And anyway, we'll get you caught up with that tomorrow. But meantime, it's been a good day, gotten some stuff done. And, we'll just see you in the morning. Yeah, looking forward to it. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, catch you later, and have a good night from Little Girl. Well, good morning, guys. Here we are out on Little Girl, and having my morning coffee at the captain's table here. Today... Today we're going to do something I had not been planning to do for perhaps even another month. But it's time. Today I'm going to go ahead and get the tarp completely pulled off from Little Girl. That includes the protective brand new blue tarp that I have over the bow, the foredeck. And I'm going to go ahead and make the cut on the center line. The whole foredeck is completely circumscribed. In other words, cut all the way around along the port curve, starboard curve, and then across in front of the cabin. That's all done. But now what the plan is because it's not going to come up all at once. I mean, there's just way too much deck to try to pull up all at once. And I want to be able to preserve the skin. Initially, I thought to maybe preserve even the textured skin that is on there, that marvelous diamond pattern. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and make the cut and pull it up half at a time. Hopefully, Lord willing, pull it up half at a time. And then once it's up, I've got a lot of work to do to prep that surface that the new marine plywood is going down on top of. And we'll see how it goes. But we got our sunny day coming up here. As a matter of fact, I've already got the solar panel up on the top of the cabin up here, trying to get some early morning sun. And once we get that cut made, we're going to start trying to pull up that starboard half of the foredeck. And it's a lot to work in one day. We'll see where that goes. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I've got to be able to cinch everything up, finish everything up in such a way that all the tarps can go back on, and it can be ready because we leave tomorrow morning. This is Tuesday. Tomorrow morning we leave to get back up to Vermont. So that's what we're doing for the day, and I'll bring you back on board as soon as it's a little later, because right now it is only about 8:30 in the morning, and yeah, 8:30 to be running a Dremel with a high speed, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll probably wait till about 9:30, maybe even 10 o'clock. But I've got a lot of work to do just to get all the tarps cleared off of here and get everything set up, get the electricity out on the boat. So, all right, guys, thanks for stopping by the little girl this morning, and we'll get you caught up as soon as we get everything ready to go. All right, thanks. Bye. Well, guys, here we go. After Ryan and I made the visit up to West Marine area yesterday, this is what we're starting with. And by the way, I'm fully prepared that if we get into this and we need more than this gallon, and I don't think we're going to, if we need more than this 1 gallon of polyester resin, I'll go pick up another one, because it's not that bad. Polyester is a whole lot cheaper than going with the epoxy resins. And so, and let me just remind everybody, this boat was built in 1970. This boat was built from polyester resin completely. And so, anyway, that's what we're going to be using for a little girl and doing the foredeck. And so I got a gallon here of polyester resin. I've got a gallon of white gel coat with wax. And he was insistent on that we get the stuff with wax. I think that has to do with the peel ply, but I'm going to be calling you just a few minutes about. Then we have an all-purpose filler that's going to be used for as you know, filling into and blending in as we blend the 4-inch seat. We've given a 4-inch margin around on the inside of the tow rail, and obviously as we put down the new deck, nothing's going to be absolutely perfect and lined up. We're going to try, but the formula that filler is going to help us to kind of smooth things out and make everything look perfect. Got some spreaders, got some stir sticks, reusable stir sticks. Got a special application scraper over here for putting down the stuff. Also, a big bunch of sea glass here, and basically all this stuff that I had already picked up from Home Depot. Okay, which is essentially the same stuff. Okay, it is exactly the same stuff. Anyway, we got quite a bit of between what I bought here yesterday, which is basically 38 inches by 3 yards. Plus all this, I think we're going to have enough. Plus the 4-inch tape. I've got from some chop strand mat, and I've got that big sheet back there, and a brand new big package of it right there. So that's everything so far. And so when the time comes, and we're not ready yet. We're not ready. I still got a lot of work to do to get up that foredeck, to get everything prepped. But anyway, you get the idea that. We made a good little purchase yesterday, and this will certainly get us started, if not finished, on this entire new foredeck for little girl. All right, that's it. And as the plane is flying overhead and being noisy, I'm checking out. I'm going to go get electricity up onto the boat and start pulling the tarp back and making that cut that we need to do this morning before we start pulling up deck. Well, I have about half the cut done. Right up the center line. It ain't perfect, but it doesn't need to be. Earlier when I mentioned it in an early part of the video, I mentioned that I was going to be using the skin. First of all, I said we're not going to use the skin because we're not going to be worried about the diamond pattern. But then I said later that I'm going to be using the skin. Well, what we're using the skin for is a template for the plywood that's going to be going down to fit this form that we've got here. So anyway, but as I've been cutting this, I want you to see how much the old coring has gone below it. Look at this. Look at that. That is just gone down below there. Look at this over on this side. That coring is just completely shot. So anyway, that's why we're doing it. Sadly, the starboard is really bad, and the port is pretty solid, and it's just going to be, kind of an awkward thing. It all needs to come, because you're not going to just do one half of it. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And I started to videotape this as I was cutting, and it flipped around and was going the wrong way, so I'm not going to bother to mess with it. Suffice it to say, it's loud, so I'm not going to mess with it. So, and you know, I'm just going to finish the cut, and then I'll show you as I'm trying to take this starboard side of the glass, the skin up from the coring below. So for right now, I'm going to spare you the noise. Oh, we have about 9 more inches to go to the back of the cut, which is right in front of the cabin. But we're already done here, all the way up to the forepeak. So anyway, it's all already cut all the way down. I mean, you can see how much this is gone. I mean, as I made the cut, it just has all kinds of, well, let's put it this way, there's just not hardly anything below it, I guess. So, but this is, you're getting further back. The coring is more solid, but as I've been making this cut, I've been seeing moisture coming right up out of the cut, which means that there's just a whole lot of moisture in that coring, even if it's not totally deteriorated. Anyway, so I'm going to finish making this last 9 inches, and I'm done for now because I'm coming up on lunchtime, and I need to get in there. So, all right, let me get back. I still haven't made the call to Marcel. I tried earlier, and he didn't answer. I'm sure he's a very busy guy, so I'm going to have to try again here shortly. Well, guys, the center line cut is done, and that was a workout and a half for my poor Dremel, I'll tell you. But anyways, done. That's the name of the game. And so now the fun begins. Trying to get this starboard half of the foredeck up, and we've already begun that back here. We were doing that the night that we made the cut, but I'm gonna take this slow and easy. I need to get some pry bars, some screwdrivers, some blocks of wood, and very gently try to take this up without it coming all to pieces or you know, breaking off fragments. The more this is intact as, you know, a port and starboard half, the easier it's going to be to cut our plywood and get it to shape and fit back in along these edges, these 4-inch wide, well, it's not 4 now, but basically from the outside of the hull to where that is on the inside, that's just about where it needs to be, to where it drops down to the pan below, and that's where the coring all is. That's my term for it, by the way, the pan, is because, well, I'll explain it later. Anyway, that's it, guys. Cut is done, so let's get out of here and go grab some lunch, and I'll be right back, and we'll be trying to get up this starboard half. All right, guys, here we go. I'm back. I had to take my mom to a really important appointment this afternoon, but that's all over. I'm back, and from now until supper time, it's all about trying to get up this starboard half of the foredeck. And so I'm going to set up this my cell phone here in a way that will try to capture some of this. If I don't get all of it, well, we'll have enough for this video anyway. So let me go ahead and get this cell phone set up, and we'll kind of go from there. And no project is worth its salt without a little blood. That's where it was dripping all over the place from my thumb. So anyway, okay, listen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can hear it letting go. I love it, baby. I love it. We're getting there. Okay, time to slide this butcher block forward again. So you see where I want you to look at the condition of the coring in there. It is just literally nothingness. It's just all gone to powder in many places. So all right, let me slide this forward, and we're just going to keep on moving and taking up this starboard half of the foredeck. So I just pulled up on this a minute ago, and the whole thing popped right up. It's just awesome, awesome. So there you go. Look at that. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is start working from the inside out instead of the outside in. and see if I can't move this project along, because I'd like to get it done by supper time. We'll see. We will see. Here's the pattern. What I do, I go ahead and I have this wood block in here. It's awesome because it gives you a prying surface without going down on top of the pan below. So what I do is I pry up. Let me get my little pry bar here. I pry up as far as it'll go. Here's my pry bar. I pry up as far as it'll go. Slip in the screwdriver to hold its place. And then I take this, because I'm ready to do this right now. And then I got it, guys. It's all done. I got it up. There it is. All in one afternoon. So, yeah. So, you can see what kind of shape the coring was in. See, there was part of it holding on, but at the very last, what I did, I just literally got up on laid up on the bow, got my feet underneath and started pushing up, and it all just popped all at once. So this all came out. We're good to go. So now comes the cleanup. So little girl now just has half a deck, and I'm sitting on it. I'm sitting to port, and starboard is gone. So a lot of work left ahead of me here. So I got quite a bit of cleanup. Anyway, there you go. Love it. Guys, I've got some cleanup to do here, but then I'm going to get the skin down off from here. I'm not going to try to do any of the, cleaning up of this stuff up here. It's easier just down on the ground. And frankly, I don't want to be putting a lot of pressure on this, the pan here that you're seeing. You can see that how they've done a whole bunch of epoxy work around the hole there for the where the chain, hang on, what's the term? It's not scuppers. Anyway, where the chain went through, and when I pulled it up, it just ripped out a hunk of the pan below. So that's going to have to be repaired. There's just a whole lot of work that's going to have to be done here and clean up. So anyway, this is going to have to be probably taken a piece at a time, and use my Dremel and just cut it into sections, and then, because this has still got some fiberglass on it from this, and I'm not going to be able to just cut through that with a knife and then pop it. Most of the rest of this just pops right off. I mean, because it's so rotted, I'm able to just take the knife and stick it down into it and just pop it to one side or the other, and it's just completely, it just comes off with no problem. So, all right, that's it for now. We're good to go. This is a successful trip down here already, and glad to get this much done. Starboard skin is off, and we know where we're going with this, and we'll just take it a piece at a time. So glad to have this much done. Oh, good evening, guys. Gonna call this one a wraps early. Instead of waiting till after dark, which I usually like to do. I'd let the day be completely over, then come on out to the boat and put a wrap on that particular video. But this evening I'm going to go ahead and get the other tarp up over here. I want to take some special care to make sure that it's on very well. With that half of the starboard portion of the deck is completely gone. I want to make sure that everything is really tucked in nice and neat, so that not going to be any leaks coming in. I just don't need that. So, but anyway, it's been a good trip. And frankly, I'm encouraged, because I thought it was going to be a whole lot longer of a process than it was. And basically what I was able to do in one afternoon, I kind of got a system down with how I was doing things, of getting under the edge of it, prying it up, using a screwdriver to hold everything in place, then get the pry bar back in place, and just little by little was able to basically just, I took the entire half of this, with the starboard half of the deck up, and we're good to go. So next time, it's not going to be quite that easy, because the other half of the deck is not, I don't think it's as badly damaged in the coring as the starboard half was. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Meanwhile, I'm just encouraged that that starboard half is just completely done. It dawned on me after I got the half done that I did get done, that actually the fast way to get that portion done, that where they had the bit of fiberglass still over it, is you just use your Dremel tool and just scoot it along underneath it, and it'll come up very quickly. So we'll get that done pretty quickly next time we're down. And my whole thing is, from here on out, I'm going to try to be down here more often, and it's always going to be the same amount of time, but more often, so that we can go ahead and get this project well on the road to putting a brand new deck on. Guys, thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. It's been a blast, and we'll hopefully get this project done so Little Girl gets in the water. Hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next